Yes. 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 Yes.
Oh man, that's
Yes.
So just text me for an update.
absolutely.
So
Hey
happy
everyone.
about.
Welcome to Los Angeles, and also welcome to Washington D.C. My name's Steve Boykinen, and I'm sitting next to Glory Jones.
Yeah.
Um,
Son.
Times in 2 months that you guys have got to see each other. Like March and then again in April. That's super exciting.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Like a 3-week turnaround. That's crazy. I mean, it's crazy that we got, we were able to get what 10 or 11 now events.
Mm-hmm. In the U.S., I think it's around
LA,
10.
DC,
I think it's
Denver,
pushing that. It may be
Raleigh,
like 12 or 13.
And then internationally, it was
Denver,
34, right? Or 36, 38,
30.
40.
It was Alex. I wrote it down actually. I remember because I wrote it for Tucker, like that interview. We got 36 events globally in 30 countries on 5 continents. There's 14 events around the world that happen at least every other week. And then of those 14, I think like 6 or 7 of them are a in-person, on-the-ground event once a week. So it's crazy. Most of those are Germany, but we also have the Boston crew coming in every other week. So that's super, super awesome of them. If you're out in the Boston area, hop in and join them for sure. But I'm going to run through some numbers, if that's cool with everybody before we jump in all the way.
Yep.
So today is day 3,770 of the illegal and arbitrary detention of Julian Assange. 729 days ago, the WikiLeaks founder was trafficked from the Ecuadorian embassy after being sold to the United Kingdom and the US for a $4.2 billion loan from the International Monetary Fund to the nation of Ecuador. We have 94 days since Vanessa Baraitser's January 6th ruling denying Julian Assange bail. Even though on January 4th, she ruled no extradition and personally wrote in the order to release Julian Assange. We have 1,394 days of federal incarceration for whistleblower Reality Winner. We have 1,325 days of inhumane detention for the alleged Vault 7 whistleblower Joshua Schultz. At least 911 of those days have been spent under special administrative measures. We have 728 days of the political persecution by the political persecution of Olabini by the hands of the Ecuadorian government. But in good news, we do have 388 days of freedom for Chelsea Manning, who does still stream on Twitch all the time. And we have 30, I want to say it's 34, if I can math it, 35 days of freedom for Jeremy Hammond out of the penitentiaries and the state correctional institutions, but he is still on a crazy parole for the next 3 years or so. But he is home, so that is a win nonetheless. I got to actually catch a little bit of your guys' stream. I was telling Glory about it, and it was probably, I don't know, like maybe right after you guys started. Roar Media got to ask you guys what you thought about or how you organize with people that you ideologically disagree with. That was just the one question that I got to hear the answer to from your guys' panel, and it was just awesome. Like if the rest of the panel was as good as that one question, then it was incredible.
I can barely hear you. I'm gonna see if I can't. Can you hear him?
Yeah.
Like good?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can be a little louder if you need me to. I got people sleeping in the room 2 doors away.
Yeah, no, you're good. It's on Johnny's end.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know Amber's Twitter handle?
Just, but yeah, nah, it was a good question. I'm glad they asked it because it's something that doesn't get talked about enough. Big shout out the Roar Media people for coming down here. Seriously, awesome just to have their support.
For sure. So how else did everything go today?
I mean, so far it's been good, man. We're with the Convo Couch, so we started the panel a little late. Um, but no, we had the panel was really good. Rachel Brunke from Cold War Commission joined us. She was fantastic. Looking forward to meeting back up with her and the rest of her crew tomorrow. There were far more activists in the room than media, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Really, ultimately, um, because they're already on the ground. With media, it's gonna be even hit and miss as to whether or not they're gonna cover it, right? I mean, honestly. I mean, you would hope if they showed up to a panel about it, they would be interested enough to do it anyway. But, it's nice to be able to talk to a room full of activists, really.
For sure.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I mean, it was nice, and like we reached out to indie media people in and around Los Angeles, everybody's favorite progressive media host, and either got no response or they said they couldn't make it. So I mean, we'll remember who showed up, and it was all activists. So yeah.
Hey, I mean, the most we can do is try, Like,
Yeah.
at least for, like, I'm glad that the activist scene in LA showed up. Like, that's incredible. Yeah. Well, here in DC, we started at the Ecuadorian embassy at about 11. We were there till close to 1. And that was just, there was probably about 11 of us that showed up. So that was super, super cool. We gave a bunch of speeches outside, talked about everything from Cleta Massery to the charges against Julian and essentially everything in between. We broke up for about half an hour to get lunch and everything. We met back up at DuPont Circle. I gave a rousing, like, 5-minute speech standing on the fountain there. And then we proceeded to do a way too long 45-minute march uphill in the sun to the British embassy. But we were received almost all waves. There was one person that drove by with their middle fingers out, but I think they were just doing it for fun. And then ended up at the British embassy after that hike. We were there for probably till pushing 3:30. I think it was like 3:40-ish when we had started getting packed up to roll out. And then came back to the house, refueled, got some food, and then went back out. We went up to what I think is like the National Mall. I think it's a terrible name, but they call it the National Mall. And we did spray paint chalk all down the main entrance almost to the National Mall right outside the Capitol building. It was like free Assange, free press, and First Amendment. And we used 3 cans of paint on their sidewalks. So that was fun. So, and then tomorrow we'll be back at the DOJ at noon.
All right.
Groovy.
Well, yeah, that's cool to hear. And again, reminder, tomorrow, if you're anywhere near Los Angeles, we had someone drive all the way from Montana to come to our press panel. So big shout out to him. And I mean, like if you're anywhere near Los Angeles, please come through noon at the CBS Columbia Square in Hollywood. It's at the intersection of Sunset and Gower. We're gonna raise hell tomorrow.
Yeah.
And tomorrow's protest is gonna be awesome. So yeah.
It'll be excellent protest weather. Apparently, like, Ron Placone said that he will be there. Kim Iverson, I guess, said she would come out for it. I think one of the guys from Project Censored is gonna come out.
Yeah.
And we'll be there, and we're a freaking delight to be around.
Woo!
We really are. I mean, yeah.
That's sweet. That's
a lot of fun.
I mean, just creator-wise, that's awesome. Not counting all of the people that will be there too.
God, I can't fucking hear him.
Yeah.
really hard to hear you. Do you want to go see if you can turn it up on his end?
Try to turn one of those knobs.
Oh, man.
I'm just waiting for the whole thing to catch on fire.
No, I thought you could like go through that way.
I'm not gonna go. Keep talking, Andrew.
Okay, we do it live, y'all.
I have a really cool announcement to make for everybody. If you are in or around the Raleigh, North Carolina area tomorrow, their event's taking place at the Capitol. It's either at noon or 1. Hope I'm not wrong. But Ray McGovern's actually coming out to join Daniel outside of the North Carolina Capitol.
Oh, that's awesome.
So if you're in the North Carolina area, you can get a chance to give Ray McGovern a big hug. Maybe. Or at least say hi. I don't know if he's hugging right now.
Y'all can get the chance to meet Ray McGovern.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
I just think that's sweet. I thought that was awesome when he told me that.
I mean, yeah, come out anyways, because we got to stand up for press freedom, but it would be a bonus to be able to meet Ray McGovern. That would be awesome.
I think that'd be sweet.
See if you can turn it up from his Mac. We're figuring.
Steve still can't hear me.
We're doing some stuff live.
Do it live.
Okay, wait. Wait, say something, Andrew?
Something.
Turn it up just a bit.
Is it working?
Keep talking again.
Okay. I'll just start talking about something.
Yeah, we can hear you now. We were just trying to figure stuff out because, like, it was all, yeah.
Hey, now that we can hear you, you can shut up.
Okay, cool, perfect.
Steve. Yes.
I thought we've met.
I think it's okay.
No, I'm glad I can finally freaking hear you, man.
Yeah. But I was on Tucker Carlson. I still don't believe that I was on Tucker Carlson.
Hey, Andrew, guess what?
What?
You were on Tucker Carlson.
We
watched. We did.
And I didn't say anything incredibly stupid either. I managed to pull through. I had 4 pages of notes that I wrote up while I was waiting, just because I was so anxious that I just wrote everything down. And then as soon as he was like, yeah, and this is Andrew with Action for Assange, it was just like, whoop.
Yeah, those like short 15-minute segments, they go by really fast.
It wasn't even 15. I had 2.5 minutes there. But
yeah.
Tucker's segment literally went Tucker by himself intro, Tucker and Jimmy Dore, Tucker by himself, a video of Tucker and Pamela Anderson, and then me. And I'm like, I don't think I deserve to go after all of these other people. Like that was awesome.
I mean, that's how I felt when I went on Fault Lines, and the person right before me was Vanessa Beeley. So on one hand, I was very gassed. On the other, I was like, oh shit. I'm sorry you guys had to go from Vanessa to me.
I know, they enjoyed it. They like demanded you back on.
I had to follow Oliver Stone on Fortress on a Hill. Not fair.
Yeah. No, and you got to chase, who was that guy you chased off Union of the Unwanted?
Roger Stone.
Roger fucking go. Roger Stone, man.
That was the funniest interview, man.
So
you got to ask one question. He was like, okay, well, I gotta go. Yeah.
Well, I wanted him to, we're good. I wanted him to understand that people knew that he used WikiLeaks for some clout or whatever, and it really negatively impacted Julian Assange, and you know, I wanted him to, you know, kind of be aware, like, hey, bro, you got your pardon.
Yeah, I mean, the godfather of modern lobbying probably doesn't feel too bad about that.
Shouldn't you be advocating? Oh, I know, but I wanted to watch him weasel, and he did. He tap danced, and then he fled.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's just like any other time you turn the light on a road. Scurry under the bed.
Yeah, no, pretty much. Yeah. I mean, we've all seen that, how Steve chased him off that one time.
That just makes me laugh.
My little Nikki Bushes.
No, we're talking about Roger Stone. Yeah. Although, I mean, it is in the same spirit for, little Nikki Bushes to do the same thing. But in the case of Steve chasing him off, it was a joint effort of kind of all of our speeches that chased him off.
I don't know if we ever told that story live on air.
Oh,
We have on Slow News Day.
Okay, the Nikki Bushes story.
it's been discussed. Yeah.
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 People know he showed up for a photo op and then ended up kind of like being shat on indirectly during some of our speeches, especially mine. And yeah.
The one thing I'll give him credit for is he still shows up. Like, I appreciate that about anyone that can take a hit and still decide to come back the next day. I'll give him that benefit of the doubt.
I mean, you have more faith in him than I do, Andrew. But yeah, I'm trying to think of if there's anything else from involving the events today and tomorrow that we want to talk about.
Well, what were some of the big highlight questions that you guys thought were some of the best ones that you guys got asked?
I mean, really being able to break down just the importance of talking to people that you disagree with. That's something that I'm definitely glad the panel got to give thoughts on and the people there got to hear, because it's an important thing and it's just helping spread that word as well.
Yeah. I don't know, it was cool to be able to answer more basic questions like how was the UK police able to drag him out of the embassy? Why were they able to do that? Okay, well, here's the story on that. And watching people's faces when you recount the history of what's even just in the last couple of years. The myriad different expressions that people wear when you just sort of reel off the different ways that Julian's basic civil, legal, and human rights have been trampled. And it's something to see, man. It really is.
Well, I did a interview with the Schiller Institute a little bit earlier today, and I basically got to break down what happened with UC Global and the spying operation, and the fact that Julian was aware, he may not have known for a fact, but was aware that they were literally spying, right? That they had cameras everywhere, and that he pulled out a white noise machine to cancel the analog microphones that were in the room. And then they deployed laser audio recording equipment on the windows to be able to pick up the ambient vibrations of their voices without the white noise machine involved. And just that one thing is enough to just make people be like, what? So it's having a room full of that was probably pretty huge.
Yeah, no, and it's really, and I always love it when, we go to panels or teach-ins, and normally I'm not on the panelist side of it, but I just always like it when I go to those types of events and there's always a solid engagement between the people attending and the panelists. And, that's something that was good to see, was people at even people who were well deep into the case, Roar Media, who knew what was up, but they still wanted to hear us break down how can we talk to people that we disagree with, stuff like that, all the way from Steve said basic questions activists wondering why were the British police allowed to enter despite his supposed asylum from Ecuador, and then also, and even like there was a younger looking, I think he was young, yeah, but like a younger looking activist there who wanted to know like what are some great sources for information to go to, because I'm kind of like, you know, new in my political journey, and just like little engagements like that is what I really like about those events. So yeah.
That's really cool, especially being able to give out like sources to large amounts of activists.
Yeah.
That
So
goes a
you,
long way.
As much as I hate lists, when someone new on their political journey starts, you know, asking for sources, I do appreciate being able to point them in the right direction, because I at least know that my list will always include Whitney Webb, Vanessa Beeley, and us, and Ryan, and and fucking other people I'm forgetting already. MCSC.
so you mentioned before we went live, that Convo Couch you got fucked with.
Yeah.
Bro, we've been promoting these events since we were in DC last time. We were like, oh hey, we're going, you know, obviously.
Yeah. We were literally like planning these events. Like literally Convo and me were getting ready to leave to go to bed before, you know, our flights leave in the morning. And we're standing in the house, we're walking up the stairs at the house, we're walking towards the car, and simultaneously discussing with Steve like the planning steps for these very events.
So they had Ryan on the other day, right?
Mhm.
YouTube, the morning we well, as we're going to
It was
to
literally
the event.
at the event.
Yeah, or on the way, or like right when we got there, as soon as Johnny opened up a laptop or whatever. But we've been promoting this for weeks now. Realistically, within 20 minutes of when we're supposed to start them, YouTube takes away their ability to live stream for a week.
That's insane.
Because of the interview with Ryan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Supposedly. Because that's how they can hit the channel, right?
Yeah.
Google's most wanted.
Yup. That
Yeah.
man
And
Ryan.
it happened to be right when you guys were going live that the algorithm was searching through. You know, it didn't happen like the day before or the day after. It was as you were starting.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. And also in that interview, they talked about Israel's influence here in America and in American public policy and politics. So, yeah.
I really like that. I actually got to watch that interview on the way in.
Yeah,
to DC.
no. It's a great interview. And
Yeah.
I-
And Ryan's opinions on like everything are fucking incredible. Like,
Oh, you know what?
Yeah, Ryan
You know
is a
it was
dope
the
human
you know it was the question about Israel in the
Yeah.
U.S.
yeah.
Yeah.
But Ryan is a dope human being, and you know what? If we ever see him on the ground one day, then it'll be dope.
mhm. We gotta figure out where he's at and plan a protest out there just so we have an excuse to go.
Okay.
Do a
yeah,
press
but,
panel
but
and
I
pull him
don't.
in.
But I don't
know.
want to dox Google's most wanted.
I
I don't mean like right now.
you don't have to.
Okay.
Anywho, I mean, a lot of people know where the P.O. box is, so it's not like a real big, you know. But anyway, I it's a cartoon to me that as we're getting ready to launch the panel about why press freedom is important with the fuck censorship organizers, they get further censored. It's pretty on brand for YouTube, and it allowed for a conversation with people who may not necessarily have been 100% aware that, you know, YouTube is a subsidiary ultimately of Alphabet, and that these organizations are part of the government. They're not working with, they are part of. They're an arm of the national security state. There was someone who was saying, like, can we get lawyers together who can, get Facebook and YouTube to understand about this censorship on a First Amendment basis? And we're like, yeah, no, it's not how that works. They're the ones that are happily doing the censoring because they are the government that wants it censored. And like, once you wrap your head around that, it's a little bit easier to, I don't know, get the fuck off of them.
Yep.
Like, take this opportunity right now at the moment to thank the people who are watching over on the Rock Fin. Grant Jarvis, thank you for the tip, and then another one just came in. I hadn't posted over on the actual channel at WM.
Thank you for the Super Ray.
Let's see, where is... Oh, you want to read this one?
Where?
WM, thank you.
Okay. Where is Status Coup? Wasn't he just on Jimmy's show crying about censorship again? Is he being the only one silenced? According to Convo Couch, MCSC, Ryan, Jason, and many, many others, it's happening to them too. Show them receipts, Glory. Put those motherfuckers on blast. I want you to show me the invites and ask them name by name, where the fuck were they? Is this the... Okay, listen, cause it's the Assange Vigil. I'll keep it at this. One of the contributors to Status Coup knew of this panel and informed me that she could not make it, and she is also aware of the protest happening on the 11th. So, whether we see them boost the events at all, I don't know. But I mean, one of their contributors, frequent contributors, knows.
Yeah, technically they still have an opportunity to say that they showed up to, or at least helped get the word out about these. So we're going to let that ride for another 24 hours, and then we're not going to put them on blast while we're still in the middle of an event or an international day of action. It's not how that's going to go.
But they know of it. Okay, that's what I'll leave it at for now.
But yeah, and it's really not like we had like a formal invite. There was the press release that went out to a bunch of different media outlets, there including a bunch of independent media outlets, and then we reached out to everybody that we knew. We asked them to get a hold of everybody that they knew. Pasta was also able to go on to Jimmy's show, so was Fee. So they got to tell however many, thousands of people who were watching that live stream. And I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm kind of... I'll reiterate what I was saying yesterday, and at this point, it's lead, follow, or get the fuck out of the way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's where we're at.
Amber, do you want to hop in?
You want to talk some shit? All right. So, I'm gonna scoot over here.
Okay, and then I'll scoot over.
We're going to welcome on Amber from Roar Media. I'm very stoked about it. I'm really glad that we're hanging out, dude, and your family is freaking awesome.
Roar Media is dope. Her husband is a geologist. I'd like to point that out. Yeah.
Partner.
Very pro-scientist.
They're bohemian.
I think I've been called that before.
Oh, thank you.
All right. So, everyone, we would like to welcome Amber.
Oh, wait, we got to move the... No, it's got to zoom out a bit, too.
Oh.
Oh man, god damn it.
You want me to fix it?
Hey, we're gonna page one Jonathan Q buttons. Johnny Coppertop.
Okay. Well, okay. Amber is currently
Trying to be taller.
Y'all know we do it live.
Let's see. I don't know this camera.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want me to yell?
Or I can just pull it back.
Yo.
Johnny Sue!
Johnny!
You cracked me up, Lord.
Johnny, how do you zoom out?
Oh my god, dude, really? Fucking.
I love it makes my
He's
heart laugh that you guys
coming. He's
text
coming,
me
guys.
from
Okay.
the goddamn house.
You see? Is he coming, Amber?
Turn the thing on the dial.
See, we got his attention, guys.
Up. No, your
Oh, there.
left.
Sitting down there with them. You going in there?
Oh. Oh, there we go. Sick.
Damn.
We do it
We
live.
do it live.
What's shaking?
Oh, you guys have to like wave the flag, like the white flag of tech support. You're like, I can't do it, Johnny, help.
Too short. Don't know his camera.
Feel free to yell in my ear.
Yeah, how's it going? What's happening, Andrew?
Good. How are you?
I'm
Does that
good.
work? Does that look good?
That does. It looks good on my
You guys
side.
have fun. I'm gonna keep an eye on the pizza, and I'll come down a little bit.
Yeah,
Hey, all
Pasta,
right.
Pasta and I have been making some pies upstairs.
Thanks, Grandma.
Not. It's more of like a vegan versus Sicilian, maybe little Italian style. We're not getting into the Chicago, New York debate. Just want to put that out there forefront for everyone.
I just picture like an episode of like Kitchen Challenge or something.
Oh yeah, no, we're having a throwdown tomorrow night too. So
So
you guys
real
are
quick
trying to
though,
keep
Henry
track.
Wallace in the Rockfin chat. Anyone else think the AOC cop thing was BS? Ryan Grimm was quick to confirm it was the Capitol Police and said it 3 times in one tweet. My gut said it was a different agency. I mean, okay, look, anytime there's I'm gonna guess harmful tweet that the Capitol Police get contacted about, a number of 3-letter agencies look at it too. The point is that it was the investigation wasn't being ordered by AOC.
I find that to be very plausible, for sure. You know, I mean, we live in the age of thought crime.
Hey, chat, why y'all trying to start shit? Meteor Dreams,
Hey,
I don't think so. Okay? But the invitation is there, and we hope said person shows up. Okay, we hope Ryan Seacrest shows up.
yeah, dude, we're not. Look, man, we don't want to be mean to anybody. We don't want to be angry or disappointed or any of that shit. We don't. And really, the only time we're gonna say something is if we've already like gone out of our way to ask somebody to do something and they've like flat out said, no, I'm not going to talk about this issue because money or because reach or because, you know, then like, okay, eventually it'll get addressed. The other time is if, like, you know, somebody's calling us agents, assets, something like that, like directly trying to damage the organization, let's say on the eve of yet another International Day of Action. Eventually
Dude, they don't do that. What do you mean?
that'll get addressed too. But now ain't the time.
Dude, I'm just sad, right? So I went on Tucker Carlson, and I haven't had a single smear article written about me yet.
What?
Like, I thought it was at
Andre,
least, like, one thing is a byline.
There's no need to rush to that, Andre.
I think you should step up your game a little, honestly.
I need to. I really do.
I've had plenty of shit.
to
written about me.
either your good or bad fortune, depending on how much you wanted that smear article written. You did have to go on the same night as Jimmy Dore, which means that a lot of energy in the boutique left is going to
the
be
punk
spent
asses?
on Jimmy Dore's, return to Tucker Carlson. Somebody will probably get around to you. That's gonna happen. I mean, we're doing events again. It's time to take pot shots at Action for Assange. That's whatever, dude. Whatever. This is bigger than the last event, which was bigger than the last event, which was bigger than the last event. So,
And we don't. Let's be honest. We don't know, when they're gonna pull some shit. We have to get busy now. And if you think there's other things that are more important than your First Amendment rights, maybe we should reevaluate and work on some stuff together. Because without the First Amendment, we have nothing, and all of the rights are in jeopardy.
Prosecution is just one portion of the Great Reset agenda. It is removing our legal access to privileged information.
Yep.
And then once that falls,
Ready Player One.
We have Neera Tanden and the hardcore authoritarians talking about seeing a future with a hybrid military police presence and crap like that when we already have fusion centers everywhere. So, I mean, it's just a matter of time.
It's AI for service, and it's blockchain. And it's human capital on the blockchain.
That's terrifying.
Yeah. Drone police, drone dogs. I mean, they have an entire section of DARPA dedicated to drone military defense in every sector of the military, and they just got more than 50% of the next year's budget. So I'm sure we can expect great things in the world. Yeah, being very cynical, but it's embarrassing at this point. I have to find something to laugh about it. Otherwise,
us too.
It's too depressing.
Yeah, I feel you. Definitely. That's
Steve's at a loss for words.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing much to add to it other than, you're right. I mean, we're in such insane levels of absurdity right now with this case, where with society in general, where you have motherfuckers with hammers and sickles in their bio posting shots with a fucking Pfizer band-aid talking about, yeah, I got the vaccine with a sparkly filter on it. God. And then you also have Julian still in prison when the extradition decision literally reads out, I hereby order Julian Assange to be discharged from Belmarsh prison. Immediately, you had the prison itself literally keeping his warm clothes in storage throughout the entire winter to freeze him out. You have fucking LAPD bringing out horses to celebrations for Dodgers winning the World Series. You have all kinds of insanity going on.
We've got the U.S. and U.K., their legal system, the judicial system, deciding in concert with each other that Harry Dean's killer is a protected citizen because her husband works for an intelligence agency. Whereas Julian, as of now, UK time at any rate, 2 years. Most of it in solitary confinement for publishing accurate material that gave people a better idea of how their military worked, how their government worked, how corporations worked. Fuck that, man. I don't really know.
6 months without a lawyer visit from fucking February until September, or March until September of last year.
They glued down the keys on his fucking computer. you seriously, just picture that. You seriously have these fascistic cunts sitting in a room going, "Ah, yeah, man, we gotta glue the keys on this dude's laptop, bro." And they literally had someone physically fucking go get a computer that had keys glued down on it because they couldn't help themselves but torture this man some more after he's already been freezing, after he's already had a lung condition and several medical problems that went left untreated from his time back in the embassy. It's stuff like that and all kinds of mental trauma, which is why Nils Melzer ruled that he was showing symptoms of psychological torture. This is a torture victim we are talking about here, and people need to stand up and fight for him. Don't be afraid to say his fucking name. Don't try to skirt around the issue. Don't do some cutesy shit where you try and replace his name. No, he's a fucking torture victim, and his case means the death of the fucking First Amendment. It's time to stand the fuck up.
Yeah. And one of the things that we're not going to let pass, right? If Julian passes in prison and then all these motherfuckers try to say how much they supported him,
they will
slap each one of those motherfuckers down, because I guarantee you there is an email asking them to join us somewhere, right? So that's the thing that bothers me the most in this whole situation, is he spent 2 years literally dying and languishing, being tortured, frozen to death. 64 COVID patients moved into his wing of the prison, the heat turned off, books insulating his windows in 2020 and 21.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of society have we allowed to be built where a man who published crimes of war is being frozen and using books as insulation?
Yeah, no, that's exactly what's gonna happen. All these punk asses that we were trying to reach out to months ago are gonna go, "Oh man, it's so sad that he died in prison. I was with him the whole time. Now we gotta fight against this." Bitch, where the fuck were you? And like, granted, like, listen, if you hop on now and Julian gets free, fine. I will fucking give it to you, because at this point, I just want him free. I want that fucking precedent torched and eaten by a million sharks with razor fucking flamethrower like claws and shit, because it literally agreed with the prosecution's arguments.
In a world where sharks have claws, I agree.
Well,
I do.
That's where David McBride's fighting them with missile launchers.
Shut up.
yeah. So I have a 10-year-old, and he has been, either in the embassy or in prison my daughter's entire life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have a 6 and
9-year-old.
8-year-old, exact same thing.
And that it's not only a national tragedy, but it's an international horror show.
Oh man, Waylon and Freya would get along really well.
Oh, that
I
would be
would.
so cute.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yes.
I'm gonna see if she'll do some question
Come
and
up through the
answer on
Santa Cruz
street.
Mountains on your way back to Washington.
I'd want to play with both of them.
We'd have some fun for
Oh,
sure.
me-
But,
me-
I
me and-
mean, it's
me
just-
and Freya busted one of their little bird
Anna Maris,
catchers
thank
things.
you. Anna says, jealous can't be there with you, but in spirit and local Iowa action. And right underneath that is a Rockfin chat crew member with the wonderful handle AOCIA, who says, I'm in Iowa. Go hang out. Go meet up.
Okay, hold
Where's
on.
your action? And we have blank templates, Anna, and we'll send you one and you can use it for flyers. I know it's short notice, but you'll at least have some to put up tomorrow morning.
You got a
And
buddy in the Twin City.
we'll promote the fuck out of this, tonight, tomorrow. So let us know where you're gonna be doing the action, and again, man, we're happy to get you the template for the flyer.
And I just want to say, it doesn't matter if you're one person standing on that street corner. This time, next time there'll be more, and next time there'll be more than that. And that's not a fail. That is getting the word out. You know.
No, man, this is proof of concept. 92 weeks ago, we were sitting on the first free Assange Vigil begging for a decentralized network of activists that were holding events autonomously. that operated by consensus, that that at least like would come together around significant dates. And here we are with double digit numbers of events being held for the first time. And each one we've seen more people. Each one we've seen more support grow in the digital space, to the point to where they had to start getting rid of Assange accounts again. Heavily siloed on Twitter, and on the Zuck platforms. Big shout out once again to people who aren't YouTube. This is also on DLive and Odyssey. Odyssey just started its live streaming for everybody, so we got to figure that out while we're here, probably.
Big up Odyssey. Woo woo.
People kind of, I don't know. People have strong feelings about Rockfin, and look, man. Odyssey's free too. It doesn't have a paywall. If you're looking for really a viable and also, free user friendly alternative to YouTube, come see us on Odyssey.
And the thing about the paywall with Rockfin is it's not Rockfin's paywall. It's that content creator's paywall. So even if someone like has some problems with the idea of paywalls, even though most of the major creators put every live show behind them, right? Pressure that creator. That's not about the platform. That's about the person releasing the content. That has nothing to do with Rockfin in and of itself. Because Rockfin's literally been the thing that saved independent media in the last few years.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
And look, man, listen, all of our activist content will always be free. The only thing that you'll ever see behind a paywall is something that Slow News Day has done, and it's because we're trying to do this full time. Like, I don't know how you guys live places or eat or put fuel in your vehicle to go cover events, but
all means necessary.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I mean, as well, what we're doing is we're not doing like, Rockfin. It's like, yeah, we're promoting Rockfin, but we're also promoting DLive and Odyssey and anything that's not YouTube, because
fuck YouTube.
Well, and here's the thing. We know none of the platforms are perfect, and even if they work at the moment, we don't expect them to stay. So we're going to keep searching and looking for additional platforms to add, because we know this type of conversation is not welcome in most circles. And they're going to try and shut it down, and they're going to try and continue to hammer on activists and people who want to speak freely. And, I've been protesting free speech since I saw D. Snyder in Congress.
Woo!
It's been a while.
If you guys don't know what she's talking about, those were the PMRC hearings in the 80s, mid-80s, when they were putting advisory labels on music for the first time, and a bunch of artists showed up and testified in front of Congress, including D. Snyder from Twisted Sister and Frank Zappa. And Frank Zappa's speeches at that are phenomenal. So's D's, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, weird moment in American history.
Also shout out to Two Live Crew.
Oh yeah, Luther Campbell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The rest of
But
the
now they're
censored.
rolling out, right, content warnings without the ability to even talk about it in public. Like the R.A. the Rugged Man Immortal Technique song that came out that made a joke about a president selected, and all of a sudden it's like, they're talking about the election, shut it down. Like, it's a song. Like, it's a song by a man that's literally rapped about every war we've ever been in, and you're gonna censor that.
Oh, they both go hard in that song, but yeah, he says fuck a royal family and fuck a president selected.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't say which one.
Yeah.
And
All
go
of 'em.
He doesn't take. You know what? That album was released in May of last year.
out and buy some kids some band
What?
books.
But he can't be talking about the 2020 election. It was released in April. It was released in April of last year. Maybe
Primary
into March even.
Yeah.
I don't know. We had him on like within that month, I think. So whatever. But retroactively coming at an artist for a song that he wrote who knows how long ago.
Who knows? Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, thought crime.
Yeah.
Don't think
Thought
that.
crime. Thought crime.
Don't think that. They're coming for
Pasta,
you.
you look like you want to get in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want you
Yeah.
guys to get some of this unbelievable pizza that we made. It's like why? I mean, you have no excuses to go vegan with pizza that we just made. Rosemary crust that was made by yours truly. Over
Hey,
there.
Pasta, we're not
No, let's
Selling
turn this
pizza
into like an Iron
here.
Chef competition. Like, I
Right.
want each of you guys
We're
to get
working
a
on
plate
it.
of
We'll do
steak.
that. We'll do that. But like I
I
don't
wanna
you
do
know,
some
we need
fancy
the where was the rosemary grown?
You gotta taste it to see what it is.
I picked it fresh out of the jar in the kitchen.
Yes.
How many hours of sunlight?
Melissa Michelson's house. That's where she brought the rosemary.
Nice.
It is awesome.
Thank you, Melissa.
Great job on the crust.
Thanks.
Really nice. I made a little gravy for it, a little sauce. Just awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, hey WM, we read that. We read that tip because it just shows up as a text message to me. I didn't even know it wasn't on this stream. But we read that out and we talked about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So catch us after these events.
Yeah. Addressing some shit.
But yeah, I mean, and look, technically, man, there's still an event tomorrow, so the people who
Come
were
on out.
invited to come out were invited to come out. Just because they couldn't make one doesn't mean they can't make the other. And
Yeah.
I'm certainly willing to like not just shit all over someone because they couldn't show up to the panel today.
Put a sign in your window. If you can't leave your house or you got to work tomorrow, put a sign in your window. Make sure your mailman sees it.
Yeah, the people in Australia, Ian Rose was showing us pictures, Tuesday, Tuesday I think it was, of people in, Sydney and Australia just hanging banners over their balconies.
Mhm.
Misha
Actually,
Key, one love from New Mexico.
I just left New Mexico. It was beautiful. You have a beautiful
I
state.
like Ian's idea of putting free Assange right across the side of your car.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's an awesome, basically mobile billboard.
I use my car as a platform.
How's the Trump Biden billboard going over in DC?
Oh, it is beautiful. People look at it.
I love that image.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, that's powerful
I- like-
imagery.
The wording's really good too. And Beth and I were joking about it. It doesn't look like Donald Trump, but you can tell because it's his shadow. You can tell by the features. He has like the duckbill hair. It has like the extra chin and the pouty lips.
Perfect.
It's great because it's not an actual picture of him. It's just the silhouette with Biden in the front.
Yeah.
That's great. So what do you have planned tomorrow, Andrew? You guys got people coming in from all over?
We do. We got 4 of us right now in a house. Tomorrow at noon, we will be outside of the Department of Justice.
Perfect.
And that's going to be probably about a 3-hour event. It's supposed to rain later in the afternoon, so we'll probably go until it rains. But they did approve our tent this time.
Oh,
Like, our little
good.
pop-up tent. Yeah, so I
Congratulations.
don't know what the difference was last time to this time, but they approved it. So
They
even
wanted to
if it's
get
not
us all
raining,
on camera first with our in the rain.
yeah, I'm gonna just take it there out of spite this time. Like even if it's not raining, we're gonna set it up just to have it.
Awesome. Well, I hope I heard maybe some people from Boston were going to come
Mhm.
down, so I hope they are. Shout out to them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
it should be an awesome event tomorrow. Like I'm super excited.
That's great. And I want to give a shout out. I will be back in Seattle for the next event. So
Okay.
if you're in Seattle, you can hit up at the park by City Hall the City Hall Public Square in Seattle, Washington. So
And tomorrow in Seattle, where is that event? I told you earlier today, Amber.
that was the event. Yeah.
City Hall?
Yeah.
Yeah, City Hall Park, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
There's kind
tomorrow-
of like this lovely steps
Yeah.
things and a closed bagel shop, probably.
That's cool.
But yeah,
Bring water.
Yeah, bring water, bring
I've
some
heard this
noisemakers. And there's free parking on Fifth Avenue on Sundays.
I'm gonna pull up the candles thread here, and just kind of randomly read them out. Amsterdam, 1 p.m. Dam Square. Auckland, U.S. Consulate, 12 noon. Berlin, 11 at the Ecuadorian Embassy, 11 a.m. Canberra, to be announced. Chicago, British Consulate at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Denver, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Lincoln and Spear. Dusseldorf at the Bertha von Suttner Platz, near the U.S. and U.K. consulates.
Where was that?
Bertha von Suttner Platz.
Platz. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Edinburgh,
Yeah.
noon at the Mound.
Perfect. Damn. That's where I want to be.
Get right at the Mound. Frankfurt,
Hey.
at Wesler, Werft. I don't know what a Werft is.
Isn't that something by a dock?
1 p.m. Probably it's probably a wharf. I don't fucking know. Glasgow,
Ooh.
Not at the mound.
George Square at 2 p.m. Constance at Stadtgarten von der Konzertmuseum at 11 in the morning till 4 in the afternoon. London bus
Hey.
tour, Freedom Ride.
Team London.
Tickets have been sold out. Well done, Team
Nice.
London. Also London.
Woo! Again.
Knightsbridge and Knightsbridge at 11:30. Westminster Magistrates Court 1 p.m. Belmarsh at 3 p.m.
Yep.
L.A.
Hey.
Where are we gonna be?
We're not gonna get hyped for it. Hey,
Los
we gonna be
Angeles!
LA. Stand up, cuh. All right, CBS Columbia Square in Hollywood at the intersection of Sunset and Gower. We finna march up to Hollywood Boulevard. What is that Hollywood Boulevard, you might ask? Only the Walk of Fame. So we will be walking through the stars, raising hell for Julian Assange, and then we finna come back down to where else? To the CNN building.
Yeah.
So that's what we finna do in LA. We're gonna raise hell. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fun. There's gonna be, cause it's in Hollywood, there's gonna be tons of people there. So we're hoping to get some attention to the cause as well. And yeah, it's gonna be great. If you're anywhere close to LA, if you want to come, please come. We had someone drive all the way from Montana to come to our press panel.
Yeah.
So
He left his lonely crop of dental floss to come down here. He was raising them up, waxing them down, and yet hopped in a van.
I like that kind of dedication.
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
So,
Right.
and people have been traveling all over the country. I came down a couple thousand miles and I took a little detour.
Man, I
Here I
hope
am.
somebody's taking care of that pygmy pony. Melbourne, UK consulate, 4 p.m. And then at Flinders Street Station, there will be a screening of Juan Passarelli's documentary at 6:30.
Yes.
Mexico City, 10 a.m. British Embassy, yeah.
Woo, Nat.
And then also Mexico City, Ecuadorian Embassy, at noon. There we go.
Nice.
Munich, Professor Huberplatz, 2 o'clock. Natal in Brazil.
Ooh.
Hell yeah. Online action. Aired on Unity for J. With Brazilian journalist Bruno Vital. Nice. New York, 11 a.m.
Hey.
UK consulate. Speakers include Randy Credico, Kim Ives, Nellie Bailey, Chris Silvera, Cliff Connor, Joe Lombardo, and Marty Goodman. Perth, noon, Perth Town Hall. Raleigh, Capitol Building at 1. Special appearance by Ray McGovern.
Ray's
San
gonna be
Francisco is going to
there.
have an online event at 5 p.m. If you go to Candles for Assange, the meeting link and all that stuff is there. San Jose, Costa Rica.
Ooh.
Yeah, U.S. Embassy, 1 p.m. Seattle, Washington. We did that. Noon at City Hall Park, Seoul, South Korea.
Ooh.
2 p.m. Hyundai Uplex Department Store. All right. Toronto.
Toronto.
11 noon at the U.S. Consulate, Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Tulsa.
41st in Peoria. I don't have a time for that.
Timeless.
11 a.m. There we go. It's on the flyer. Omer Volk. Wow. Volkshochschule.
Volkshochschule.
Volkshochschule. Okay.
Don't be late.
Do you want to read the other part of that?
Ausstellung.
Eingespurt.
I'm so glad I don't have to read.
Una
these.
Reichsbar. I know it is.
Unsichtbar.
I know it is.
All right, that's it. Wow, that was a lot.
Yeah, we need to get.
That's awesome. Great
We
job,
can
you guys.
rotate somebody out if they want to grab some pizza. Pasta can come in.
We still got to do the Iron Chef. We still have to. Make
Okay.
that.
Well, I've been working on a Eat the Rich cookbook actually.
I need
so-
some like AOC style brunch pontification about this pizza.
Oh,
yes.
you're gonna get that Sequoia Morwhite interview at some point while I'm down here.
Famous last words. Famous
Gonna
last
happen unless
words.
Johnny comes up with a tummy bug or something again.
Steve, we
Love
love
you.
you, Johnny.
All right, I'm gonna go make
Johnny
sure
no
the
show.
last
Says.
pizza made it in the oven. Thank you guys. Go kick some ass tomorrow. We
Yeah,
believe in you. Let's keep it rolling.
Steve or Glory, please go get some pizza. And,
Give them hell in Seattle.
I'm not going in.
Yes,
no,
please
we'll just stay
do.
with
They
the
need
two of
it.
us, or you know what I'm saying, unless they want to stay and not have pizza. But I do want you guys to get some because
I will get pizza, but I will.
Yeah.
You know,
make
Yeah.
sure
I'm
we save some.
well secured here.
You guys
Yeah.
gonna stay there and I'll just jump in then?
Yeah.
All right. Make sure they get some because I.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the
was
stage,
eating
give her a
quickly,
big
so
hand pasta.
Johnny was down here. He got no plantains, and I don't want that. To
All
happen
those
to you guys.
plantains were good.
Yeah.
You got to scoot a little bit.
Nah.
Don't tell me what I gotta do. You're not the boss of me,
I
Andrew.
love
I love you.
plantains.
Where's your hat? I don't get the hat.
The hat's in the car. No.
I give you my tie dye. You don't get the hat.
Tie-dye is cute.
I have my spirit animal as a trash panda shirt on. If that counts.
Pasta, you just look like you bought a bag of oregano at a
Yeah.
Grateful Dead
I
show.
did just buy a bag of oregano too, just recently and stuff. But
I-
it's my peace love
I
thing.
love.
I
Yeah,
think
I
it's
love
great.
how you're green. How you wore green tie dye on. It just.
It's
Right,
green.
I love the top part because you have the green screen universe.
Yeah, I know.
But it's subtle enough that you don't notice it until you're like, what?
Right up on it.
Look at the yellow. Stare at the yellow.
Craig Pasta, we talked about it a little bit, but I want you to let the people know what happened to the Convo Couch right
jeez.
when we got to the venue today
It
to live stream the thing
A strike.
that we'd been promoting for a few weeks.
was a video that they told us that they flagged, warned us, took it down, and gave us a strike. It was the Last American Vagabond, who we had on Thursday with an amazing interview. Just a great time here. But we, of course, I'm sure, according to YouTube's fascist standards, we probably pushed the limit and asked a few questions that they didn't like. We talked about everything that they don't like. We've talked about COVID. We talked about the vaccine. We talked about the government Israel. You know what I'm saying? We talked about what else did we talk? We didn't talk about elections too much. A little bit.
But, we talked about January 6th. And for doing so, they flagged the video, took it down, and gave us a strike so we can't stream or post anything for a week.
But where can people still find the video?
On Rockfin, ROKFIN, of course. And I think, ditto to what everybody's saying over here, what Amber just said, too, is we just got to continue to seek out other platforms. YouTube at the end of the day is a dying platform, but make no mistake about it, the fact that they can just do what they did and silence us it's really just a high level form of censorship in another way. Very cryptic. We had the AOC thing the very next day after her letter. A bunch of us got deplatformed. We have a lot of haters who especially go after Fiorella on Twitter because we do hold AO Sizzle accountable. And so stop. Is that what you're going to say? My bad. Sorry. AOC, we do hold her accountable. So, it's just like Whitney Webb said. They're training our citizens. They're goading our citizens to rat on us, to tell on us.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
And
what
it's
AOC did with her own crowd, right? So Queen Misinfo decided it would be a good idea months back to start playing Among Us with her fucking people. Right?
Yeah.
Like started playing a game where the whole idea is we got to figure out who's suspect.
Yeah.
Right? And then after programming her audience to be in that mentality through the use of the game, right? She then puts out emails saying, if you see anyone smearing me, report it.
Yeah.
And now it's escalated to the point that the Capitol Thought Police are showing up because someone writes an article or puts out a video she did, factually pointing out the fact that she sounds like a beauty queen pageant trying to explain foreign policy.
And such as, and like,
she's literally just a face for the military industrial Mickey Mac complex.
Yeah. The new face of imperialism is AOC. That was one of our videos the other day. AOC is an imperialist. But, it is crazy because we do see the people that did follow her. We threw an event for AOC when she came out to Los Angeles years ago. And the people who do follow her, though, are very much driven on emotion. We've talked about this. They get the emotions. They've injected this form of cancel culture. All her followers are that way. So, it does seem almost like a CIA freaking operation, the way she just come in and the way she's sheep herding, and anybody who criticizes her, that she calls them privilege. And geez, Louise, I did see some people literally saying the same thing she did, that, it was different with Trump at the border. It's better under Biden. This form of barbarianism, Biden. It is Biden. Let's be honest here. That was not by a mistake. It is Biden. This form of barbarianism is better than the form of barbarianism we had with Orange Man Bad. So that's where we're at.
That's the part that grosses me out, is somehow now all of these immigration camps on the southern border are a right-wing issue.
But the chain link is gone. It's been replaced with Lexan. And there's a 15-inch monitor off in the corner.
There's arts and crafts.
Right? Possibly
there's
colored TVs. And
the way that Kronberg described the Eastern District of Virginia as Alexandria Detention Center.
And ADX Florence.
Yep.
Yeah.
Heaven on earth. That's what these tinfoil blanket, dirt floor, dog kettles that were keeping humans 30 to 40 per kettle in. Totally good. Totally Democrat kettle. They probably got some kind of rainbow badge on the side that says Democrat approved.
It says not made by Uyghurs.
Got the well health. Fucking. You can only get in with an Excelsior pass.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. Remember, folks, if you're against qualified immunity for the police, you should at least be curious why additional qualified immunity for the manufacturers of the experimental Ronaboop, why that was written into the second Rona bill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because they already had qualified immunity. They already had immunity. You already couldn't sue them.
Well, that
But
was in the-
additional protections were written into this, and now it's you don't even have to give medical misinformation. If you give accurate information that makes people want to question the narrative, you can be removed from the internet.
Have you guys covered marijuana literally curing COVID?
We thought
I mean,
you
you've brought it up like 50 times now.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't seen it at, like, not that other people haven't done it, but like on a larger scale. Like, the University of Chicago has scientifically shown that the consumption of THC and CBD, whether inhaled or orally ingested, develops an immunity within your lungs that prevents coronavirus from entering the gateways, slows down and or prevents the replication within your cells, and gives your immune system a boost to be able to catch up and beat it. The pandemic is over. We just need everyone to smoke. Right? That's what the University of Chicago's cancer department, immunology department, and all these other people have told us.
Well, I'm going to do my part. You know, I'm going to do my fair share.
Gonna.
I already am.
You're already doing your part, Pasta.
But, you know, what Steve said too as well, when it comes to this whole situation, how cannot society, you know, all people in America go, hey man, the fact that you cannot sue one of these big pharma companies, I'm just not going to take it. We should really push back on the fact that, you know, we can get jabbed or stabbed or whatever the new term they're calling as they put it on your picture on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? The fact that they have immunity, shouldn't that like ring some bells and some alarms in the head? I mean, that's the number one reason why I'm not taking it. They showed their hand. I'm like, yeah.
take a prick for freedom.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Do your part, Steve.
The amount of people that are going, oh yeah, man, like sorry if I'm not gonna get back to you tomorrow, or sorry if or like don't talk to me tomorrow because, you know, I'm getting the second dose that morning, so I might be out for the rest of the day. It's like, dude, bro, do you
The video that Nico put out made me cry.
Boy.
Like, I was driving in DC, like on my way here, I watched the video that he put out.
Yeah,
that,
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I straight had to call the man and tell him thank you.
Yeah.
That's something
no.
like, because I'm as scared about that as family members of mine going out and getting the same boobity bop.
Yeah,
So-
no, it's really brave of Nico to do that and kind of be upfront with that story, because it's really gonna help raise alarms on this and give other people courage as well to speak up about this and connect the dots themselves. And like, yeah, I mean, it's hard, but I highly suggest that everybody watch Nico's latest video on Rockfin, because I mean, I don't feel like it's definitely not my place to articulate everything said in that video, but yeah, we love you, Nico.
Yup. And look, man, as more people get injured from this thing, as more people die from this thing, the attacks on us for mentioning it are going to grow exponentially. The argument is going to be, well, what, 250,000 people died from COVID, so if a tenth of that die from the vac, isn't it worth it?
That's called eugenics. That's what, yeah.
That's called Madeleine
It's like
Albright,
those
right?
people that you can get drunk
and
then
well-
what portion of the population they want to kill.
When people tell me like, well, the government knew all along how to prevent all these people from dying. Okay, well, first of all, probably. But you weren't allowed to take the ivermectin or the budesonide. You
Or
weren't
the
allowed to get the
hydroxychloroquine.
HCQ with the zinc. You weren't told.
You weren't even allowed to talk
Trust
about it.
your body's
Yeah.
immune system. Get lots of vitamin C and lots of vitamin D. If you're susceptible to respiratory illnesses, take this steroid as a preventative, a prophylaxis is what the medical kids call it. But like, Yeah, they knew how to treat it. They knew how to prevent a lot of people dying. But the point was, people needed to die so that we could usher in medical tyranny. There's no other way to look at. Okay, Donald Trump, horrible human being. Donald Trump did not want to wantonly murder people. Maybe, but it wasn't his call. The president is a well-paid public relations liaison.
Yeah.
When we're talking about what the government could or couldn't have done, you've already lost the plot. If you're going to try and frame it in a partisan way, you've fully lost the plot. What we need to do is organize so that we can find out what comes after we dismantle this murderous system.
So, Pasta,
Yes, sir.
what was your favorite part about the panel today? Like best question or best answer?
I just thought it was so. Really, it just flowed so nicely, the whole situation. I really did. I'd enjoyed Rachel joining the team today, whatnot, and the way she was able to plug everything together. And even though it was, that kind of idea of a general strike where we're bringing different movements together, everything was just so connected. So, once the first part of the panel went, and then we jumped on and we started going, it felt so natural. And I just liked the different, every different angle that everybody brought to the table. Talking about the history, what Julian went through. People were able to educate themselves. We saw a couple people out there that we know that they don't know the Assange thing the way you guys do. Our good friends that came, you know what I'm saying, and even Anthony Mercado, who came up and answered a question. You know what I'm saying? It was like, and what was his question? What did he say? He wanted to know about the whole Ecuadorian situation and whatnot. So just seeing people getting educated on Julian Assange today was amazing. And and the way we just kind of plug it in, I think we also talked about what we have to do moving forward, the conversations that need to be had. And just overall, I just thought it was a great session today with a great message, and I hope it gets a lot of play online, And by the way, way to go on Tucker last night. Great to see you on there, man.
Thanks, buddy. It's still surreal. Like, I did it, and I barely believed that I was there doing it.
It was pretty awesome. I enjoyed seeing. But we did kind of mention that. I did mention Tucker today. The way a lot of people that we know, some of the activists that we were in the streets with, they're just entrenched in cancel culture and not speaking to people who think differently than them. And Tucker Carlson is one of those guys that, when people like Jimmy or Max Blumenthal or Glenn Greenwald or Anya Parampal have gone on, there's been a certain part of the political establishment left that jumps in with the cancel culture and says, don't talk to them. They're sympathizing for Nazis and sympathizing for racists, and they're bad. So we don't have those conversations and stuff. So, the weaponization of what's going on to me and pointing that out today, I think was really pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was hoping I could get to the numbers. That was honestly my big thing. I wanted to go through the numbers like we do at the beginning of the vigils on Tucker, but I just couldn't. I couldn't work it in or frame it right. And then I lost Q-rating in my little earpiece.
It's like I said earlier, there's so much stuff in those short segments that you want to say, but you never get around to it because it goes by so fast.
Quick,
Mm-hmm. You did good. We have a super chat over on the YouTube.
The most exciting
You want to
part,
do it,
real
Pasta?
quick.
I will.
Or wait, no, let Pasta do this one. Or he can do both.
He could do the super chat.
So thank you for the super chat contribution. It's always appreciated on the couch. Pasta on patrol with the usual suspects. Thank you so much, Jim Garrison. You did good in that case. I'm glad you got out there and try to go after, what was his name, to accused of Jim Garrison, who shot Kennedy? I forgot in the movie. I keep forgetting. He went after him. He sued him. Clay Bartru. And also we had, is that Anna Ramirez? Or Hunter
No,
Carranza?
Hunter.
Hunter Carranza.
Yeah, and then Anna. Yeah.
Thank you for the Super Ray. Heart, heart, heart. Hunter, we missed you today. Hopefully you're out there tomorrow. Say what's up to Ty. And Amaris, how you doing? I'm scared to even go to the DR now, the doctor now, for my regular med checkup because they are now mandating in-person appointments, saying everyone has been vaccinated. They're going to force me to take it, I think. They're going to force people to try to take it for certain jobs, like Nico's family. They're going to force you to try to take it to get on a plane. I'm going to be 48 years old on Wednesday. For the first time in my life, I have a passport, and I am scared shitless that I'm not going to be able to go to Italy, to go across seas, to see my family that I gave my DNA to Ancestry. That sucks. But to find my third cousins. But I'm afraid that they're not going to let me go unless I get a vaccine. Or they're not going to let me come back unless I get a vaccine.
Yeah.
Well, if you remember your Whitney Webb, right, what they're going to try the hardest isn't to get populations that will be predisposed to getting the vaccine. They're going to try their hardest to go after the people that actively resist it, right? To make us feel like we are the crazy ones that are choosing to somehow like throw ourselves into the fire by not doing this, or by making situations like that where you have to choose between family and not being genetically manipulated by eugenicists. You know, so that it's horrifying. So the less people that do this and the more people that fight back against these policies, right, the farther we can push off this dystopia, because that's the goal at this point, right? Secure self-reliance where you can, self-determination where you can, push back against the pending dystopia where you cannot, and if all else fails, facilitate its expedited collapse.
It smells good.
You improv'd that one a little bit at the end there.
Try.
Yeah.
Trying to
Are
get
we gonna
people
cut the Iron Chef
over the
out, too?
line. The Iron Chef thing isn't going to happen on camera.
What Iron
Or
Chef
at
thing?
least not tonight.
So
Because-
here's what we're gonna do, right? We're gonna have whoever wants to join in the cooking, get in the kitchen. We're gonna give you 30 minutes to make the best pizza, and then Steve and Gloria are gonna do like a well-worded pontification about your food. We're gonna like Food Network that shit.
Oh wait, I'm implicated in this.
Yeah,
I
you're in
guess
it.
so.
You're in it. I don't know. I'm going to go a little closer. This is the pizzas that me and Amber made tonight that's upstairs. I just want to make sure I hope they save some for you guys because people are eating up there. We have another pie going in, but take a look at that. Can you see that? Look how awesome that is.
Oh, I'm jealous. I had Giant Eagle sushi today. That was
Wow. That is pizza.
Man,
Amber made
there's
this like
some
beautiful
white
rosemary
shit
crust. We got it in
right
nice
now.
2 square pans. It's vegan cheese, a little sauce. I got some vegan carpaccio,
Instagram up in
a
here.
little artichokes, peppers, onions, mushrooms. We caramelized them onions and mushrooms. Hit it with vegan
Yelp.
parm, oregano. It is just beautiful, and also some parsley.
That's your
Beautiful
pizza.
stuff.
Man.
wonderful.
I'll put it up on my Instagram, guys. At Yo Pasta. At Yo Pasta.
Did you Yelp that shit, dude? You Yelp review
You
of your
can't
own
Yelp
kitchen?
review my pizza. I don't have a business.
You know what, man? My brother, may he rest in peace. Got me on Yelp for like all of 6 months until they kicked me off. But I wrote a review of Yitmo, Yelp Jail. Every review that I wrote for them, I would find a new and creative way to murder Toby Keith. Yeah.
Oh, that's exciting.
I wrote a review of Syria from the perspective of a Hellfire missile.
Okay.
It's right about the point where I got kicked off.
You should do that, and like I'll get back into my Wikipedia shit posting if you start that again, because
Yeah, I was just about to say, to remind me of.
in the same wavelength.
Absolutely.
We should make that like an action. No, I'm kidding,
No.
dude. Nobody.
It's something to do for fun.
I already don't have any time.
Yeah, but that is kind of cool to do that, and I thought that was the greatest thing in the world with Gloria doing. Glory.
That was near attendance, right?
Glory
Yeah,
doing.
attendance.
Yeah.
They like
Wikipedia.
opened it up, and then it immediately got closed again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Franco. Thanks, buddy.
Was good, dog. Thank you.
Franco, you gonna be holding it down there in DC tomorrow? In case someone, tries to pop out of the bushes?
Yeah. In case a little pink umbrella floats into your view, Franco. MCSC Recon Squad.
He's the Scoop Gang ground team.
The ground team for the Scoop Gang is Scoop Gang.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Could have put like recon team or
That's true.
forward operating team.
The advanced team.
Yeah.
Team
Dude,
Scoop
straight up
Gang.
though, it feels like being an empty nester. Like normally at this time we have like a shitload of arts and crafts going on. There's usually like 30 people all packed into the house here in DC, right? So and it's there. I mean, there's a couple of us, but like everyone's asleep already, but me. Hurts my heart a little bit.
Already?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it is 12:30, right?
Oh yeah.
Jeez, Louise, because
It's-
I didn't set these clocks.
It's late where y'all are at.
It's 7:30 a.m. in Moscow.
Who called Putin? Wake him up. Prank call him.
Well,
I
that's
got to
fair.
prank call my work today. That was fun.
You prank called your work.
I did. I called them because I have a burner phone, basically. So I called them from that number and asked if they installed D's. And then my buddy was like,
Oh my god.
install what?
These nuts.
That's great.
It was great. It was a great day. It was a good day. Let me tell you. Oh man.
Did you have anything in the world of news? Really, man. Glory.
Have we heard? I haven't even had a chance to check. Have we heard about the cross appeal yet? Do we have a formal official from the defense team statement about the status of that?
Hang on. Let me.
Steve's doing it live. That's why y'all can't. Yeah.
We hang.
Okay, so looks like appeal is different in the UK. So the understanding is on this round they would not appeal to the other points and only respond to the US's appeal. Then if that gets overturned, they can go on to address in a counter.
Okay.
Has anyone checked Mo's Twitter for a minute?
I haven't checked almost
No,
anything
I
yet.
haven't. But I mean,
Mhm.
we interviewed Kevin the other day.
Yeah, but this was
Yeah, I know. But like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's just the most.
Fiorella is there.
not really. I'm not seeing anything from Mo about this.
I was thinking about trying to reach out to
Yeah.
Kathy Bogan about it and see if she had any insight. I just hadn't had a chance to message anyone about anything at this point.
Really, Mo?
Oh. Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Burmis, if you're like awake and hanging out and whatever and you want to hop in, I'll shoot you a link.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna go
It's a
smoke a
Zoom
cigarette.
link,
I'll
though.
be right back. I gotta use the bathroom too.
It's a
I don't
Zoom
want to
link,
talk about
remember that.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want me to send Fee down?
Sure.
What'd you got? You guys want me to bring you guys a slice down? Or you don't care? Just...
I'm not going to eat on camera.
Okay. All right.
I mean, I don't know how much.
Oh, we can shoot the shit with Fee.
Yeah. Does Fee want to jump on? That's not Fee.
Definitely not Fee.
That's our technic. Well, okay, but yeah, it's so bright that like it's hard to make out who it is exactly coming down the stairs. But yeah, guys. So yeah, we're seeing if Fee is gonna come down, and then yeah.
Oh, did you say no Fee?
I think so.
Okay.
Oh, well, should we?
I don't know.
No, this is.
We can wrap then.
Okay.
Big thanks to everybody who donated like last minute, helped make this possible. You guys fucking rock. Like really, dude. There's no getting people everywhere without your help, and man, we really truly appreciate it.
Yeah.
Wow, dude, thanks to everybody who showed up at the panel today. Thanks to everybody who helped pull this off. This really, it's the largest actions we've had.
Mm-hmm.
It took a long time to get here, man, but we're just so stoked that that people are showing up from all over the place for this. I mean, again, Montana.
Yes.
So Los Angeles. What you got?
LA people, come out. Okay.
What you got? Oh, there's Burmis. Not tonight, dear. I have a headache.
Aw, feel better, Jason.
But
yeah.
we should be getting a hold of or we should be able to be getting in touch with Corbett here pretty soon. Who James Corbett, by the way, also got the platform. Pretty sure you guys know that, or got yanked from YouTube mid stream. Brutal. Thanks for everybody in the chat. I'm sorry, man. I'm fucking exhausted, a little scattered.
Do you want me to?
No, dude. Thanks to Johnny
All right.
Buttons. Thanks to Amber, and Pasta. Johnny Buttons.
Yep.
My better than your co-host Glory Jones.
Yay!
Big love to Allie.
Allie,
And Sleepy Josh and everybody else, man. We love you guys. We will see you soon. Tomorrow noon, CBS Columbia Square. And then DC noon, Department of Justice. Everybody go to Candles for Assange on Twitter, the number 4, full event list. We love you guys. Good luck to us all.
Love y'all.